Current makeup routine, very, very natural. I've done a short version of this video. It's over on Instagram, link to it below. But let's get started. Let's take it all off and see what I did. I like to think that when I do that and it switches to me having no makeup on, people scream with shock. Not sure whether you do. I like to imagine that you do. Just prepping my skin with a little bit of very light moisturiser. Really like these sort of plumpy gel textured moisturisers. And this is one of them. It's SVR Hyalubiotic. Just gives a really nice base for makeup, and I'm not going outside today at all, so I'm not putting any SPF on. Foundation, I've recently gone back to this. This is Dior's Forever Skin Glow, and I use shade 2N. Now, do you know what I haven't got? A foundation brush. 2.5 is slightly too dark for me, and 2, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. This is one of those very clever, pricey foundations, I have to say. You know, it's a luxury foundation, but lots of these pricey ones are very clever in that they give a glow without giving a greasy finish. The glow that you get from it is more than the greasiness of the finish, if you know what I mean. Now they also do this in a more velvety matte version, which is also gorgeous. So I like the little bit of luminescence that you get from this. So it's like a lit from within kind of glow, rather than I'm glowing because I have a load of oily stuff left on my skin, if you know the difference. And look, it's really, really buildable. And so a lot of the time I feel that I don't need any separate concealer because I just build it up more around the middle of the face. If I keep looking up, it's because I'm using my camera flip out screen as a mirror. I apply it more to the centre of the face, which is usually where you need more coverage, and then I shear it out towards the edges. And you just get a really nice natural finish, despite this being quite a comprehensive cover. I am woefully underprepared for this video. I've got nothing to wipe my hands on. I've got nothing to do any corrections with if I need to. Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer, one of the best launches of the summer. And you can buy a little kabuki brush that goes with it. You don't have to have this one, but I do think that it works really, really well. It's very sort of large and the bristles are quite firm, but they're not too stiff, so it doesn't sort of take up all the makeup that's gone on underneath, you know? Because you want to apply this, and I'm applying it just underneath the cheekbones, slightly darker to give myself some shape. That is the only problem with all of these sort of creamier textures, is that you can find yourself rubbing off the makeup that's underneath. So you need to have a kind of a light touch, she says, banging it on. What I do find helps is to put it on and then just to get a different brush and almost sort of smooth it over, if you know what I mean. But what you really want with the cream textures is to blend it into the foundation so that it almost becomes part of the foundation. So then, yeah, all over again, just using a big fluffy brush to sort of blend it in. As always, this is just really low-key makeup, so don't expect anything crazy from this video. Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. You need the tiniest dot of this. I mean, it would honestly last for life, I think, this blush. See how that just gives a lovely, fresh lift to the makeup. I love a bit of blush. I don't like to look like I'm wearing blush. I never do it too dramatically, but I just like the little fresh, youthful glow that it imparts to my face. What do I do next? Really not a lot to it. So we've got the medium to full coverage base, which is the Dior foundation. We've got the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer over the top. I don't feel like I need any kind of highlighter because, as you can see, the glow from the foundation is really, really nice. Eyes, I'm using this NARS palette. It's the Voyageur. I'm sure they still do them. If you are just looking for one palette, you're not a massive makeup wearer and you just want one palette to last you forever, this is brilliant because it's so tiny, it fits into your handbag. You get just enough of all the shades, and all the shades are really usable. You've even got a matte sort of sculpting shade if you want it there. And then this very, very darkest brown is brilliant to use as an eyeliner. You can also use it wet. I use the sheeny ones a lot. And this is a Bobbi Brown eye blender brush. I use these sheeny ones a lot to just, if I'm just going for a really simple makeup look and I want to just lift the lids, give them a little bit of pizzazz, then that is all I'll do, is take a really big fluffy brush, it's a matter of seconds, just brush it over the lids, and a nice and sheeny look. Stays on all day. And I feel like there's a lot of palettes where you can just sort of waste your money because they're cumbersome. You don't use very many of the shades and it just sort of sits there looking at you, making you feel guilty. Well, this one doesn't. I use it constantly. I think it's money well spent. Next thing, taking this matte shade, you can add a little bit of darkness to it if you want it a bit more dramatic. And I take my brush and I run it from the underneath of the corner and upwards towards the eyebrow in a little line. Looks crazy now, or maybe it doesn't, but it won't when I do my mascara. This just helps my eyes to remain pointing in a nice direction rather than looking dragged down at the corners. A little bit exaggerated, that, but you know, you want it to be a little bit, and then you can, if you like, join it in a wedge shape to the top lash line, and it just, you're better off doing that with your eyes open, to be honest, but yeah, I'll show you. Right, so I'm looking in my mirror, and if you've got your eyes open, then you get it pointing in a more sensible way. Close your eyes, everything goes well. Right, so got two little sort of chunky tails there. And then once I do my mascara, it's almost like adding a false lash in a way to the outer corners, if that makes any sense. I'm going to do a little bit of a curl. And I drop all my brushes all over myself. I'm going to do a little bit of a curl just because that all helps as well. Oh, using my, I mean, it's definitely in my top two mascaras. The other one would be the Honest Beauty one that's got the primer in one end and the mascara on the other. This one's just L'Oreal Telescopic. It's not the false lash one, it's the one in the pale gold or matte gold tube. And it's very often on offer and you can grab it for about £8, and I honestly think it's as good, if not better, than most of the luxury ones. And then I will pop a bit of light shadow underneath just to even things out a bit, but not until my mascara has dried. Eyebrows. Now look, there's barely anything left in this gimme brow. I need to order a couple more brow things actually. I need another boy brow from Glossier, and I need to get another gimme brow. I have got some other brow products at the moment that I'm testing out and they sort of need using up. I don't like them, I don't think, as much as these. Yeah, there is barely anything left in this at all. Just kind of dry brushing my eyebrows with that, really. There's a bit coming out, but not much. So that can go in the bin. I think I'm scraping the barrel with this one. Lips, and then we're done. That's another NARS product. Velvet lip liner, and this is in, oh my god, got no idea. It's pink. As you'll know if you've been following me for a while, quite often I'll use a lip liner that's very close to my natural lip colour, just because I think just lining them brings back the definition and makes them look fuller. And I'll just put lip balm over the top. But today I'm patting on some pink lipstick because that's how I'm feeling. This is a Clinique lip pop in Peony Pop. These are, I think, some of the best lipsticks on the market. This sort of has a velvet finish to it. It's not particularly glossy, but I like that. You can pat it in, you can layer it with some lip balm if you want, or some lip gloss if you want to make it shiny. It also contains a lip primer inside the lipstick, so it's very sort of smoothing. It's just very foolproof and easy peasy to use. So highly recommend the Clinique lip pops. They've been around for years, but they're still some of the best lipsticks out there, I think. So that's the lips. Done the eyes. Oh, I was going to add a little bit more eye stuff, wasn't I? I was using the Sigma eye shading brush E55, by the way, which is, I don't know whether you can see that, sort of a flat, fine, it's like a chunkier version of an eyeliner brush, I suppose, but much chunkier. But it's very good for creating that little side line that I like to do. And it's also quite good for pushing a bit of shadow underneath without getting it everywhere. I'm just using the matte colour again, the lighter colour there. Now, when I do look at those little lines at the side, I do kind of think it looks a bit potty, but at the same time, I mean, you can blend it out a bit if you want. Take a bit of that matte shadow and just blend the line into the side of the lid. So it's not so much of a line, it's more of an area. Can you tell I haven't filmed a chatty video in ages? I don't know what I'm talking about. Can't even find the right words. Yeah, so look, you can blend them out a bit if you want, but I just like the little bit of shape it gives the eyes, gives them a bit of a lift, all works out well. And this is just a very natural, if I wasn't chatting, this would be taking me minutes. It's just a very natural look. Now, curled my hair yesterday, it's dropped slightly, which is good. I'm not really going to do a lot to it. I'm waiting for it to grow. Do you know, you can help me with this actually. I'm really undecided about what to do with my hair, because when I do stuff to it, like put a bit of wave in, I really like it, but I still find it quite heavy. So I almost think it needs to go shorter if I'm going to have it a shorter length. But then I think, oh, it's a lot more versatile for me, i.e. I can just wear it in a ponytail every single day when it's a little bit longer, a couple of inches longer. So what do I do? Because in a couple of weeks, I'm going in, getting my roots done, and then I always get a little bit of a length sort. Do I keep growing it down to the shoulders, or do I cut it a couple of inches shorter? Answers in the comments. Let's get a vote going. I don't know whether I can do a vote. If I can find a way to do a poll, I shall put that underneath. Otherwise, just let me know in the comments. Because the thing is, when I don't style my hair when it's this length, I feel like He-Man. I look like He-Man. Don't know whether you're old enough to remember He-Man. Whereas with slightly longer hair, I feel like you can sort of get away with not styling it. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Anyway, this is my very natural makeup look, current makeup look. Hope that you've enjoyed this. I shall put all the links to the products in my blog post, which I will link to. And I will link to the Instagram short video as well for you. Right, I'm going to go because I am waffling on now, and I shall see you in the next video.